please, pretty please.
Pretty please.
Bro, these plans is not even permit. You can't even, like the county said you can't even use them. I was like, what?
Everybody told us, the realtor told us that, and the title and escrow said that we could transfer the plans, and then.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of you enjoying the videos, but notice that some of you haven't even subscribed. What's up with that?
But if you've been finding value in what we're sharing about real estate, financial freedom, and building wealth right here in Hawaii, we'd love to have you stick around.
We're constantly working on new ways to help you take action, succeed in real estate, and achieve your goals, whether you're here in Hawaii or anywhere else.
So do us a favor, hit the like button, smash subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell so you never miss an update. That way we can keep creating content you actually want to see. And if there's something you're curious about or want to know more of, feel free to drop a comment below. We're always working on bringing you information that's helpful and interesting. We are here at our Waikoloa New Build project. It's day 2 of our Big Island meetups that we're having free, open to the public, to showcase different projects, even our student projects and our own projects that people can walk through and get the insider tips. So Fuzz is gonna share what we're gonna be talking about today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brand new build. It's what I do. This one is a little bit different from my norm, which is I do spec homes on the Puna side. This is in Waikoloa. We found this opportunity through one of our students that came through our Hui Mastermind program. It was purchased through someone that he knew, or it was offered from someone that he knew. And yeah, the numbers look good. And then we use, I guess, hard money and private money on this deal. So we're just kind of sharing all the numbers, sharing everything about this project, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights.
Lots of lefts, yeah. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, our team is working together to get this to the finish line. So we're probably a couple weeks out if everything goes as planned, and then we'll be listing it shortly. So stay tuned to the rest of this video to find out not only the wins, but also the challenges that go into this business. And this is exactly why you need to be attending meetups like this, so you can get the real life behind the scenes of what actually happens.
Well, it's a beautiful home. Thank you to whoever put hands on this project, and we look forward to getting this thing to the finish line. And mahalo to, you know, all of our sponsors and, you know, everybody that's involved with the Hui Mastermind. Appreciate you guys all, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe.
Hi, I'm Sasha. Nice to meet you.
I remember the face. So welcome to our one of our projects here, brand new build. This was an opportunity that came through one of our Hui Mastermind students. He came to us, and he also offered it to, I don't know, a couple other people, but we looked at it and it made sense. We thought it came with permits, but when we went to the signing table, or me and the student went to the signing table, it was otherwise, right? And we were explaining to him through our other agent that in order to get, like, so say this property was raw land and had building permits, but was under the previous owner's name. In order to transfer it, you would have to have them pull it out of the county in order to transfer it over to you. So what happened was, because it was under their name, and when it's sold to us, it wasn't able to transfer.
Everybody told us, the realtor told us that, and the title and escrow said that we could transfer the plans. And then
as soon as we came out, you know, a good friend of mine, we were talking about, you know, him helping to build this house, right? So he was at the county, and when me and the other student came out from the county, called them up, like, hey, you got the permits out, or you got the plans, these plans right here? He goes, bro, these plans is not even permit. You can't even, like, the county said you can't even use them. I was like, what? So I was like, oh my goodness. And in order to get plans out of the county, especially here in Waikoloa, it takes a while. You can wait up to a year and a half, 2 years. But because of my friend's connection, we was able to create new plans, because the plans that was existing, that came with the house, was too small for the area to get the comparable, or the ARV. Prices are getting more and more expensive right here in Hawaii, so there's no better way to learn real estate through coaches that are active right here in Hawaii.
So come join us today. We're excited to have you start your journey and be there to support you.
So what he did was he worked diligently with the architect that's in this area. He knew the HOA people. He was also able to get our building permits out in like 6 weeks from start to finish. But if it wasn't for that, like, we probably would have been not in this stage right now. So
I think the number one learning lesson is always, even if real estate professionals are telling you one thing and you have that gut feeling that is probably not right, you still have to do your own due diligence. And for us, we were on a timeline to purchase the property, so we decided to move forward and buy it. And why that is a huge kind of almost like a risk to take on is that it could, like you said, add a year or another year and a half to the project, which means if you are not putting all cash down, then you're paying interest on that entire time, paying HOA fees, paying taxes on a property that you can't even build on yet.
Yeah.
So, huge learning lesson.
I mean, the price to purchase this property was a discount, right?
Yeah, so at $280.
$280 was the purchase price. We thought had permits, never have, so we ended up spending money to, get plans drawn out.
Probably about like 15.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
Kind of excited to do something in Kona. Never did anything in Kona, so we just pushed through. And,
and I think that's another thing. If you are getting into this business, just realizing even if you get a quote for a loan. So when we talk about hard money, is basically institutional funding that will lend on projects like new builds that aren't like really conventional loans. So they are at a higher interest rate, but they could, up until the closing date or a couple days before, they could change whatever terms are on that contract. And so that's what happened to us, is our initially they were saying they were going to be at like 10% and maybe a point or a point and a half, which means a percentage of the purchase price for the points. So it was like, I think, like $500 or $600 a month difference in our payments. So that we weren't prepared for, but we needed to close the loan. We kind of just pushed through with that as well.
Well, the house appraised at like 1.2, right? And because I know how to, I've been building for a while, I know what the cost is to build homes.
The projected
cost to build. It was like, okay, there's a good enough, gap at the back end. If done quick, in time, we could make some money. But
the next stage is the construction.
So I mean, the construction went pretty quickly in the beginning. Stuff happened with the GC that was hired, and stuff moved along pretty quickly.
Well, and when we had to resubmit plans, we actually had to build a bigger home.
Yep.
But we only got a loan for the construction for
the smaller house.
$560,000, but the new construction cost is $630,000.
Yeah.
So we had to then go and raise money for that difference, and that we weren't expecting as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And you only see a lot of people just showing the wins, like, hey, bro, I win. But there's also sides that, we would like to share too, because there's other sides to it, And, this one was definitely a nail biter. But you know, the thing is, because we keep in touch with all the like the people in charge here, with as far as the general contractor, the project manager. We keep pushing, like, hey, what's going on? We come visit, like, hey, what's going on? Like, what we gotta do? Like, I gotta pay the bill. We gotta pay the bill to all you guys, to pay you guys for all the work you're doing, and the hard money and the private money.
So basically, the mortgage, like what would normally be like a mortgage payment, plus
Right.
additional interest.
And then it's like, like you gotta realize as a business owner, the importance, or the, what do you call it? Like, the importance is not as strong, like if it's your business, right? So people just they're gonna show up and do work, but they're gonna kind of drag their feet, right? And so that's why this business in construction, communication is like number one. And if we don't have communication between the team, or even have meetings, like, you know, either weekly, which I should have had, things probably would have had moved a little bit more quicker. But the good side about this project, that, you know, there's not much brand new builds in this neighborhood, yeah? And it's so crazy to see, because I grew up in Puna, and then Waikoloa just started like blowing up all of a sudden. And the prices just is high in this area.
Yeah, so we were supposed to wrap up this project projected when we started in October.
Or less.
Yeah, so October was supposed to be our finish date. So we're definitely way over the timeline, but there's nothing we can do at this point. We're just trying to move the construction part as fast as we can.
And then, you know, we had a year, we borrowed from the hard money. It was 12 months at whatever percentage, you know, like the 13%. So that went and gone. So we had to, what we had to do, we had to extend, right? So when you extend with the hard money, you got to pay a fee.
A couple $1,000 extra just to extend the loan.
And then we extended another 6 months. And then what happened was, the year came up for all our private money lenders. So we had to raise capital to pay, you know, some of them back. Some of them stayed for the duration, and the others had to go. Like, she's like, bro, you need to give these people money. I'm like, where are we gonna find the money? Like, so we had to, like, you know.
So there are times where you have to use some of your own money just to, one, keep your word. So I think that's one of the important things that why me and Fuzzy make good partners as well, is that, you know, we are our investors here, local investors, but we also make sure that our lenders are taken care of, even if there are delays and there's challenges that we run into. We are pretty upfront about just keeping them in the know, because if they don't know, then that's even more they're going to be kind of not appreciating, or like not understanding what's going on and why it's taking so long. So we try our best to keep the communication open to with them on both sides. So in the end, I mean, it still could potentially, I think we're looking at selling at between,
break even? No.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, it's not a loss, but I think between 1.1 to 1.3 potentially. But we do need to sell it quickly, so we may be
but I know,
going towards the lower end.
Raquel's an agent in this area. You guys know each other too. I mean, there's comparables. I was talking to somebody that there's another neighborhood somewhere around here that's trying to sell for way higher. So who knows? I know there's comparables of other existing homes that sold recently at a higher price, but we're hopeful, you know. We're hopeful for this project to get to the finish line. And but just remember, like, as far as an investment side, or somebody you getting involved with real estate, when you borrow money, pay them back.
And we do have a 32 lot project coming up, so that's gonna take up majority of our time and our focus, because we do want to build affordable housing, and whether that's a rent to own program, working with the local government here. We just met with the mayor yesterday morning, so we're trying to get some funding for that and just see what the needs are of the local people here that live in that area. We are going to do a little icebreaker activity. It's called bingo. I'm sure everybody knows how to play. So we want you guys to continue networking after this, but we're gonna take just a quick moment of your time to kind of wrap this portion up, and then feel free to walk around the home, ask us any questions. But the winner of the REI Blackout Bingo is...
Nicole!
Yay, thank you. So you get 2 Hui shirts. One for you and your husband.
How was the meetup tonight?
Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. It was great.
It was phenomenal. Like, I've never thought I would be in a meeting like this.
It was good. It was informative.
What did you like the most about it?
The game. The bingo game.
Your friends?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just we got a chance to interact with a lot of other kind of people that are looking to invest and people in the industry. Just kind of meet people and network and get to know what other people are doing.
You know, being able to do something like this, I've never thought. Me being in the situation I am, like seeing another local person thriving in a community, you mean where the odds are stacked against us. It's amazing though. Like, I love to be here. I love to see other people here and just the networking community.
You know, that it's not, you know, something that's too far inachievable. I don't know. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Especially to see local families, local people.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yes.
Any final words?
Aloha.
Yeah, it was an awesome event tonight, wasn't it? A lot of people showed up, and, you know, some new faces. Was able to share something that's out of my ordinary builds. It's a custom home here in Waikoloa, and, you know, just explain the whole process, how much we're into this project, how long it's been taking, all the ups and downs. So it was cool to share, you know, our experience with this project, and also share how we got involved with real estate, our journeys, and how, you know, the people that came can do it too. So,
And I think the key with anything and having these meetups is, even if you're coming as a newbie or just to attend and see what the project is like, the key is walking away with new connections and new contacts, because there's people in rooms like these that are like-minded and are drawn to, you know, meetups like this for a reason, to do with real estate, investing, to building wealth, and they want to get on a better path for themselves and their families. So having those people's contact information and connecting with them is huge, because you never know, you know, when you could work together. Or, like I explained at the meetup, was that I mostly partner with people. I don't really do things on my own, and that has helped me to scale so big. So when you leverage your skills along with someone else's, you can go way farther faster.
yeah, and like, I'm stoked to be able to share events like this, because there's not much events that's happening here on the Big Island, especially Hilo and Cornerside. So that was a double whammy of us showcasing our students that went from start to finish, copying and pasting what we showed them what to do. And it was, you know, it's crazy to see, like, them not knowing nothing and built a brand new house, and it's an escrow to a local girl that's in her 20s that's going to purchase the home from Honolulu. Like, crazy, right?
Yeah. So I love to see just us teaching people what we know, and then them in turn making an impact. And not only that, on the people who buy the home, the people who they rent to, but also for us being able to connect with our network, you know, give more business to local people, whether that be the contractors involved, whether it be our family members that we hire to help with the process. But we're, you know, creating wealth with people that are on the same trajectory, on the same path, have the same mindset. And I think that's key with getting into any business, is being around people, like-minded people that are doing business with Aloha that are doing it, the right way and are also, practicing what they preach.
Yeah, so if you ever want to learn, just always message people on the social media pages. Message us if you have questions. Message us below. And yeah, we'll reach out and then we'll someone contact you somehow, some way. If you leave your information, and we can help guide you in the right direction.
So like and subscribe, and also catch us on the next one.
Hello.